Hello and welcome to Lovely English Stories. Thank you for stopping by. This story is for intermediate English learners. Ready? Well, let's get started. We're going to be reading about the school system in England. The school system in England is designed to help children learn and grow from a young age all the way into adulthood. It is divided into different stages, with each one aimed at developing specific skills and knowledge. Children in England usually start their education in primary school when they are around 4 or 5 years old. This early stage of education is called Key Stage 1 or KS1, and it lasts until the children are about 7 years old. During this time, they learn basic subjects like reading, writing, maths, and science. Teachers help the children develop their social skills and confidence as they get used to the school environment. After Key Stage 1, children move into Key Stage 2 or KS2, which covers ages 7 to 11. This is still part of primary school, and during these years, children build on what they have learned so far. They continue with subjects like English, maths, and science, but they also start learning new things such as history, geography, and art. At the end of Key Stage 2, when the children are about 11, they take national tests called SATs, which help teachers understand how much progress they've made. When children finish primary school, they move on to secondary school, sometimes called high school, grammar school, or comprehensive school, which typically starts at age 11. This is when Key Stage 3, KS3, begins. Key Stage 3 covers the first 3 years of secondary school, where children continue with their core subjects but start to explore a wider range of topics. For example, they might study languages, physical education, cooking, and technology. This is an important time for students to discover what subjects they enjoy and might want to focus on later. After Key Stage 3, children enter Key Stage 4, KS4, which takes place between the ages of 14 and 16. During this time, students prepare for their GCSEs, General Certificate of Secondary Education, which are the exams they take at the end of secondary school. Students usually take GCSEs in a variety of subjects, including compulsory ones like English, maths, and science, as well as optional subjects that they can choose based on their interests. These exams are important because they help students decide what they want to do next in their education or career. After GCSEs, students have a few options. Many choose to stay in school or go to a college to study for their A levels or other qualifications like BTECs. A levels are taken between the ages of 16 and 18, and they focus on just a few subjects that the student is really interested in. A levels are often needed if a student wants to go to university. On the other hand, some students might choose to do vocational courses like BTECs or apprenticeships, which allow them to learn practical skills for specific jobs. The school system in England aims to give children and teenagers the skills they need for their future. Whether they go on to university, start a job, or learn a trade, the education they receive helps them make important decisions about their future. through all the stages, from primary school to secondary school and beyond. The goal is to ensure that every child has the chance to succeed and follow their dreams. Now, let's go through some of the vocabulary we have just read in this story. This will really help you to understand the education system in England. Now, we've said England and not the UK because it is slightly different in Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales. So, BTEC. What is a BTEC? Well, a BTEC is a vocational qualification focused on practical skills and knowledge for specific jobs. For example, some students choose to take a BTEC to gain hands on experience. Apprenticeship. Apprenticeships are becoming more and more popular as education beyond school becomes more expensive. An apprenticeship is a program where people learn practical skills while working in a real job, so they get paid a small wage. Some students prefer to do an apprenticeship after school. GCSE. These are exams taken by students at the end of secondary school. This is usually around the ages of 15 and 16. For example, passing GCSEs is really important for continuing education. SATs. SATs are national tests taken by students at the end of Key Stage 2 when they are 10 or 11, and these help to assess their progress. Students take SATs in Year 6 to measure how much they have learnt in primary school. Vocational. Vocational means relating to education or training, which is focused on practical skills for specific jobs. For example, learning to be a mechanic. BTECs are vocational courses. Comprehensive. This is a type of school that takes all children regardless of their academic ability. Most students attend a comprehensive school after primary school. Compulsory. Compulsory means it is required or mandatory by law. You have to do it. Subjects like English and maths are compulsory in school until the age of 16. Confidence. Confidence is the feeling of being sure about your abilities. Teachers help young students build their confidence in reading and writing. Ensure. Ensure means to make sure that something happens or is done. The school system ensures that every child gets a good education. Focus. To focus is to concentrate on something specific. During A levels, students focus on just a few subjects they are really interested in. Optional. Optional means something that can be chosen but is not required. If something is optional, you don't need to do it or don't need to have it. Students can choose optional subjects like art or music for their GCSEs. Physical. Physical means related to the body or movement. Physical education, PE, is a subject that encourages students to stay physically healthy and active. Practical. Practical means related to real-world skills and experiences. For example, vocational courses like BTECs offer practical learning experiences for students. Primary, in the case of the story, is the first stage of formal education for young children. Children in England start primary school at age 5 or maybe 4 in some places. Specific means clearly defined or particular. GCSEs allow students to study specific subjects that interest them. What subjects would you choose? Aimed, or to aim, means directed towards a particular goal, purpose, or path. Each stage of the school system is aimed at developing certain skills in students. To allow. To allow is to give permission for something to happen. So BTECs allow students to gain practical skills needed for specific jobs. Certificate. A certificate is an official document that shows that someone has completed a course or passed an exam. Students receive a certificate after passing their GCSEs. Decisions. Decisions are choices made after considering different options. GCSE results help students make important decisions about their future education. Developing or to develop means to grow or improve over time. Primary school is focused on developing children's basic reading and writing skills. To discover means to find out or learn something new. During secondary school, students discover which subjects they enjoy the most. Divided or to divide means separated into parts or groups. So the school system in England is divided into stages like Key Stage 1, 2, 3, etc. Education. Well, what is education? It is the process of teaching and learning. It usually takes place at school, but you can continue to educate yourself through life. Education helps students gain the knowledge and skills they need for the future. Environment. This is the surroundings in which someone lives, works, or learns. Teachers create a positive environment in schools. Interests. Interests are things someone enjoys or wants to learn more about. GCSEs allow students to choose subjects based on their interests. Knowledge. Knowledge means information, understanding, or skills gained through learning. Schools help children build their knowledge in subjects like maths, science, history, geography, art, chemistry, etc., etc. Options. Different choices or possibilities available are options. So after GCSEs, students have many options like studying A-levels, doing a BTEC, or perhaps starting an apprenticeship. Progress. Progress is the process of improving and moving forward towards completing a goal. SATs are used to measure a student's progress at the end of primary school. Qualifications. These are certificates or achievements that show someone has certain skills or knowledge. GCSEs and A-levels, for example, are important qualifications. Range. Range means a variety or set of different things. In secondary school, students study a wide range of subjects, from maths to physical education. Secondary. This is the stage of education after primary, so primary and then secondary school, and it usually starts around age 11. After finishing primary, students move on to secondary education. Succeed. To succeed means to achieve a goal or do well in something. The school system is designed to help every child succeed. Topics. Topics are subjects or areas of discussion or study. So during Key Stage 3, students study a variety of topics, from science to languages. Typically. Typically means in a way that is usual or normal. So children in England typically start secondary school at the age of 11 and typically start primary school or early years at the age of 5. We hope you enjoyed this lovely English story and the vocabulary explanations. Thank you for stopping by. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share. If you'd like to support the channel, then please click the link in the description box below and become a lovely English supporter. Or you can get productive and check out our language learning productivity packs on Etsy. But don't forget to use code YouTube10 for 10% off. See you soon!